Hi guys, welcome to the Savvy Money Show with me, your host Sean. Now, we've had a weird week or two. I apologise for not putting a video out yesterday, but basically with the SpaceX rocket crashing, I didn't want to put one out without reporting on that, but then I didn't want to put out a report half-heartedly without finding out what had happened. Now there's no point in reporting on it because it's old news, so we'll get on with the show, and we'll start with GlaxoSmithKline dropping 5% on their earnings report. They think weaker profit forecast for 2021 and plans to cut the dividend. Now they're doing a split, so they're going to have worse 2021. Now going to split the company, so but cutting the dividend, I'm surprised at that. Now especially seeing as a GSK and CureVac to develop next generation mRNA COVID vaccines, I think it's already undervalued. I think the dividend will come back. They have enough in the pipeline. They're blaming the amount they spent on research. I don't think it's the amount they spent on research. I think it's the amount they spent on research for the Rona as well as the other thing, because they had budgeted for the research for the new pipeline. I think then they were forced to spend it on Rona as well, and that's what's taken them over. Now, I spoke about Fortress Biotech, and I still think that can do well, and I'm going to be looking into Play AGS next innovation, which is a compostable coffee cup, and Resonant, RESN. I think these are companies that will do well, but I've got to look more into them. Now, Reed, that we thought was BTAQ, it turns out is going to be VGVC, which is why VGVC popped and BTAQ dropped, but I consider this a buying opportunity. Maybe mainly because that leaves the door open for BTAQ to go and pick up eToro. Now you see here how cool this is. I can see this as being acquired by another company down the road. I'm very bullish on this, and it's not just the four-wheel skateboard. And remember, with Canoe, the problem with Canoe was the shell. People didn't like the shell. I had no problem with it, but Canoe had everything going with it except for the shell. Now, Iron Acquisition Core, as we know, going with Taboola, which is an internet company. Now, close the door. And in case you're wondering why CCIV dropped, rose and dropped, as I said, I assume it was institution buying and then people profit taking. The thing is, a report came out by Bloomberg that the saying the merger wouldn't be imminent, but this is the report that came out in like a month ago, Market Watch, saying that any talks with Saudi Arabia could delay the contract. These are all buying opportunities. Now, it has an amazing system. This is Re's system. You see here it has a 6-wheel skateboard coming out now. This is just a meme I thought was hilarious. Now, as I said, it's re-merging with VC, 10x Capital Venture Acquisition Core. Now, it is quite it's been going up to 1660. It's been around 1660, and I think it can hit 20 easy, but I do like this one. Now, I was asked earlier about clean energy technologies. I think as a swing trade this is fine. It looks like it's going to have a movement, but the problem with long term, its debt outweighs its assets by a ratio of 3 to 1, 4 to 1. So I would be a bit worried, unless, because it means there's going to be a dilution coming. Now, I was looking into Dev Clever, but I'm still looking into it, and sold gold. Sorry, I'm not spending much time on it. I'm trying to get as much as possible in there. There's 180 Life Sciences, which is ATNF. I think this is a company that can do well. If Yahoo Finance lets me. Oh, hey, when it does that. Basically, if you check out the finances and Yahoo Finances, I think it's that. Now, High Tide Inc. It's one that a lot of people are talking about at the moment. It has a lot of potential. It's made a lot of acquisitions. It's sold the Kush Bar, the Kush Bar's assets to Halo in exchange for Halo shares, which is a good way to get, because if Kush Bar ends up coming a hit, you end up getting some of the profit back from Halo anyway. But I think it is one worth looking at, because again, you look at the financials. If I can, I'm having issues with Yahoo Finance at the moment. Right, that's last year's. No. But you see 21 and 75 million. You see the liabilities, current liabilities are more than the current assets, and total liabilities are less. Now, they're normally deferred tax, which usually you can defer again, but the thing is, they can, again, you may have dilution coming up with it. But remember, they've been acquiring a lot of companies. Eastort Acquisition Company is near the floor, and is going to be a green company. And oh yeah, sorry about that. SleepX, this is some news for you. SleepX are apparently going to be acquired by an Israeli company, and they've apparently just been invited over to Israel. I wonder what that's about. Just so you know. Anyway, HCMC. I'm sorry I'm doing a load of OTC stocks for you, but if you're in the UK, and you don't have access to OTC, there's a referral link in the description down below for Interactive Brokers. They will they deal with them. HCMC have a legal case against Philip Morris, and apparently they're doing very well, and the case is for over $3 billion for IP infringement. Now, APYP, I've picked up. Now, I can't really speak too much about this. I have too much information at the moment. Now, we